welcome to another episode of Writing in Cars with Books. I'm Jaclyn.
And I'm Phillip.
And today we're going to be discussing Absolute Martian Manhunter Volume 1. This is written by Deniz Camp, illustrated by Javier Rodriguez, and I have no idea what it's about.
Just read the back.
I'm going to read the back just because that's what I normally do, but I don't think it's very helpful. Actually, I didn't read the back before I read it. FBI agent John Jones has a problem. His brain has been infected by an alien consciousness calling itself the Martian, and its perception of reality is utterly incomprehensible to the human psyche. Now he must navigate this new status quo, even as his hometown of Middleton descends into inexplicable chaos, and his day job demands more of him than ever before. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
So, my only experience with Martian Manhunter was from the Supergirl TV show. That's it.
Right. Yeah. Your knowledge of Martian Manhunter is very small.
This is not that.
It is not that.
Do you want to talk about Martian Manhunter before we get into the book?
What do you want me to talk about?
Like the premise of Martian Manhunter.
The premise of Martian Manhunter as a whole for this absolute universe is that Martian Manhunter was the last known Martian from Mars, and he survived, and he's on Earth, and because he's kind of like a shifter, so he has taken forms of a policeman and stuff like that in the past, and that's what he's done. This, on the other hand, is not that.
So, I'm assuming John Jones starts seeing him after this explosion, right?
Right.
There's an explosion, he's injured on the job, and he's deemed not ready to go back to work, but he goes back to work anyway.
And John Jones in here is the actual FBI agent. It is not Martian Manhunter. He is the FBI agent.
Yes.
So keep that straight from the old.
And this is a current ongoing series. This is 1 through 6, and we may spoil it for you, but I don't think that's really possible because what the heck is even happening? I think you just need to experience it for yourself.
So this is my favorite absolute book. Of all the absolute titles, this by far has been my favorite. It is very mind trippy. The art in it is gorgeous. The writing in it is gorgeous. Like every part of this book hits everything that I love about a comic. It keeps you guessing. It keeps you wondering what's going on. It's really, so as Jaclyn mentioned, John is in an explosion, but during that explosion, this Martian takes control of his mind, but not fully. And so he's trying to work with him to save Earth from white Martians.
The white Martian is the one causing all the havoc in Middleton.
Right. So the white Martian is the bad Martian, which is trying to take over other people's minds, controls them, make them do bad things, hurt people.
There's a lot of murder, and they hurt dogs. I don't like that at all.
But this book is also very, even though it's kind of strange in this way, it's very family oriented because John is trying to deal with his wife and his child at the same time.
Deal with
in the sense that he's pulling away from his family because of the explosion and then the Martian kind of taking over his mind, and he doesn't want to hurt his family, but at the same time he doesn't know how to talk to his family because he thinks he's going crazy at first.
Yeah, and he doesn't want them to think he's crazy.
Right.
But also not talking is making it worse.
Correct. Wow, what a concept.
His wife is a badass in her own right. I'm not so sure about the kid, but the wife's pretty cool. I'm excited to see where it's going because the ending had me kind of...
Yeah, it really is a very much a mental exercise. This whole book is a mental exercise, is why the Martian is trying to merge with John, but he can't just take over the brain because if he kind of just merges with him, it would basically break the body and break the mind. So once again, John thinks it's going crazy because show some of the art. Like the art is...
When he sees the spirally colors, that's when the Martian is in his brain. And then I think I should...
But the Martian's using John's to try to protect the earth. Like, that's the overarching thing, but there's so much more going on with this book.
And then there's pages like this that if you hold up to the light without anything behind it, you see a hidden image. It's pretty cool that they did that. But the colors of the Martian are fantastic.
Yes.
I wish I took a picture of my favorite page, but I didn't. I think it was an issue.
Yeah, I will admit, it is a very hard book to understand, and you kind of need to not understand, but there's a lot going on because it is all a mental exercise.
It's hard to describe.
It is very hard to describe. It's easy to read. It's easy to understand what's going on if you let yourself just dive into it. Yeah. But it is a very hard to describe book, especially for something like a riding in cars.
I generally just ask too many questions, and I'm just like, what the heck is happening? Don't ask questions, just read it and try to enjoy it.
Right. There's nothing to ask, right? Like, it's telling you what you need to know. Like, it's...
Yeah. You don't need to know anything about Martian Manhunter before you read this. You don't need to know anything about John Jones before you read this. Just read it.
Yeah. Like I said, this is my favorite absolute by far. It is.
Why? Because it's weird?
It's the whole mental aspect, and it's understanding who you are, and it's understanding what you're trying to do. And again, once again, against certain odds, it's figuring out who you need to be to protect the people you love.
Why do you think the Martian chose him? Or did he choose him?
All right, spoiler alert. If you don't want to hit spoilers, you might want to pause now or just move on. I think that they were chosen because of what was going on with the family. I think the white Martian has taken over his son's mind. And I think everything that's happening in this book from a white Martian perspective is actually the needs of his son.
Oh, interesting theory.
Yes. But I could be wrong, but there are clues.
Of issue 6 kind of gives you those clues, I think.
But and if you go back and then reread some of it and look at what the son is doing throughout the book.
The son sees the green Martian.
Right. So I believe that the wherever they like landed or made it to Earth, it kind of encapsulated those two.
I want to say in the back of the book where you get like the bonus covers and stuff, you see like clay molds of the Martian, and that was really cool to see. I kind of want to make one. Yeah.
Like the Martian in this book does not have a form.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah, he basically, you only ever see him as mental projections. He doesn't have a physical form like in the regular DC universe.
But the kid sees that. This is the kid making and playing with a white bulb head. The white Martian just has an invisible bulb head.
Right. This is definitely a book you would want to go read at least twice. I love it. Like, I love stuff like this. I love books that have
existential crisis.
Yes, I love books that have a very deep meaning and is not just I'm going to go punch this guy. That is not for me. I mean, I'm fine with that also, but I like books.
Weird.
I guess it could be considered weird. To me, this is one of the books.
The writing is great.
Yeah. To me, this is one of those books that will eventually transcend like comics as a whole. These are the kind of books that usually win awards.
But people either love them or hate them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my assumption is the people who hate these books don't understand them because they just want a regular superhero punch book. Which that's why everyone likes Absolute Batman. Because they just want a punch book.
But we recommend this, so go check
I
it
highly
out
recommend it.
From your local comic shop. The trade just came out recently, but it is a current ongoing series if you want to check that out. So, Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Absolutely.
Deniz Camp and Javier Rodriguez. It's amazing. Go check it out. Okay. Bye.
Bye.